Oh, just made it. Oh, jeez. I wish I had a car. It would sure make lugging this big bag of books to work every Monday so much easier. Oh, crap. You get on the train in time, but of course, all the seats are taken. Oh, my back is gonna be killing me tomorrow. Me? I can have your seat? No, that's... Thank you, miss. That is really sweet of you. Alright, let me just move on. Oh, that's better. Thank you again, sweetie. Oh, no. Don't say that. Helping somebody out isn't nothing. Far from it. I'm glad to know there are still people out there that know it pays off to be kind. No need to get all flustered. Look at you. You can't even look me in the eye. How adorable. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were in the middle of reading a book. How rude of me. It's not that good anyway. Really? Can I ask what it's called? Oh, that one. I've heard of it. It's really a shame that the author put out such an underwhelming sequel when the first book really did so well. If you're into that genre, though, I would recommend the Dune series by Frank Herbert, or something by Isaac Asimov, or Ray Bradbury, or The Handmaid's Tale. That one's my favorite. Or I am so very sorry. I got a little carried away. Sorry. I just really love books. You should write those titles down, though. They are classics. You've already read them? Are you serious? Wow, you're a real bookworm. I wouldn't have thought so by looking at you. What do I mean? Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. No, don't get me wrong. You just don't strike me as the type of person to bury your nose into a book all the time. You are? Well, allow me to apologize for misjudging you. I wasn't expecting to meet such an eccentric young lady today. But unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. My stop's coming up right now. I know. Oh well, back to carrying these books again. Hey, it was a pleasure talking to you, cutie. Maybe I'll catch you again sometime on this route. Oh, this is your stop too? Well, lucky me then. Oh no. I can't ask you to carry this. Not after you offered me your seat. Are you sure? Why, thank you, sweetie. You are a lifesaver. There you go. If it gets too heavy for you, you can always just give it back to me. Oh, you know what? Who am I kidding? You seem fit enough to handle yourself, right? Blushing again? Goodness. If I didn't know any better, I think you'd have a thing for men like me. I'm sorry. No, really I am. I just like teasing. If anything, it's me who has a thing for you. Ah, I'm not carrying that bag anymore, but my feet are still killing me. I really shouldn't have walked all that way with those books. Why am I carrying them? Oh yeah. I didn't explain that, didn't I? I work at the downtown library. That's where I'm headed right now. I'm the librarian there. That bag you're carrying? Those are our new additions. Oh, you're headed there as well? What for? Wait a minute. A job interview? Does that mean you're the new intern? Wow, what a coincidence. No. I got the notice we were getting new staff just yesterday. I heard something about them being college-aged, but I didn't expect to run into you on the way there. No, I'm actually relieved you're the one I'm going to be working with. I was pretty unsure about the idea of a younger employee, but judging from your interest in books, I'd say you're more than qualified. In fact, why even bother holding an interview? Oh yeah, that's right. Your position is my assistant. Don't worry, it's not too difficult. I'll be delighted to show you the ropes when we get there. Excellent. I can already tell I'm gonna enjoy having you around. It can get a bit dull, lonely sometimes. I mean, it is a library after all, but we should be fine as long as we aren't too loud. Although I do hope you don't mind chatting a little, do you? Oh, yes, of course I'll give you adequate time to read and get your own work done as well. Just don't leave poor old me without your company for too long. How did I become head librarian? Well, believe it or not, I was an intern there just like you not too long ago. I'd always loved books, and it seemed like a mellow part-time job for me in college. By the time I graduated, I'd become so good at it, I just decided to stay. How about you? I assume you applied for the internship for the same reason as me, didn't you? I thought so. If I can return the compliment, you must be pretty smart yourself. Hey, that's not fair. I accepted yours. Shouldn't you accept mine? Good girl. Oh, wow. That really made you go quiet, didn't it? Looks like I found your weakness. All right. I'm still just teasing. It's fun seeing you get all starstruck. Oh, don't worry too much. You're off the hook for a bit. I mean, look where we are. Yep, this is it. Come on, I'll give you a little tour. Okay. To the left is the adult section, the right is the kids. Straight down there is the door to the staff offices, and a bit past that is the cafe. They have these amazing oatmeal cookies. I'll have to treat you to one sometime. Come on, let's head to my desk. Yours is going to be right next to it. And here we are. Ignore the clutter. There's just too many books and papers, and honestly, I'm just too lazy to deal with it. You can do whatever you want with your desk, though. Yep, that's the one. You're right next to me, so if you need anything, just ask me. If I'm not too busy napping, that is. Oh, yeah, right. About your work. You'll mostly be dealing with helping people find books, check them out. It's pretty simple. We might be called to sort out shelves and things like that later, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, yeah. And if you ever happen upon people returning their books late or making noise, make sure to report them to me. I'll make sure they're dealt with properly. Okay? Thanks. Scary. If you say so. I just care a lot about this library. It's like my baby. So just be a good girl and do as I say. You'll be just fine. Otherwise, I might have to give you a little punishment to keep you in line. You wouldn't want that now, do you? There you go again. Oh, God, I'm being a little bit mean, but you're just so easy. Well, have a seat then. And if you see someone who looks like they might need help, just go and ask him. Who? Him? The guy in the fantasy section, right? Oh, I know. Good looking one, nice hair, glasses. Are you sure? I mean, I guess he looks like he might need some help. But how about I handle it? You can just watch and see how it's done, Excuse me? I'm not acting jealous. Oh, come on, don't be silly. I thought I was the one who teases here. All right. You go ahead and chat up your little crush then, pretty girl. Just don't leave me alone for too long, would you? Good. I'll be waiting for you.